Oh, no, 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 no. We can't have this. We've been beaten rather handily, I dare say. My nightmare team is falling apart, right? And I think Sun Wukong could be the issue, right? So if I'm losing like this, something has to change. We have to switch it up because then it just opens us up to losses the whole season. So we're gonna go in here and we're gonna see what Spectre did to us, see how down and dirty he is. Watch this spectacle. So I'm betting mages. Obviously, look, we got mages right here. Boom, boom. Damn. Yeah, Sun Wukong goes down. So does Ymir. Those mages, man. Those mages. They have always been a problem with a tight-knit team composition, right? So if your units are too close together, like I have basically three fighters. Torador, he's a defender, whatever. But, so we're going to look at another fight, see if it's the same thing. I have been meaning to switch up my gear. I still have Sun Wukong in his exclusive artifact, the Golden Cudgel, right? So we might have to switch that up and put the key on him to help him survive. Because if I'm using Sun Wukong or if I'm using any fighter or secondary defender, boom, look at that. Mage is right there, dead. But if I'm using any type of secondary pseudo tank, that's going to be my main fighter. If they're dead, guess what? It doesn't matter, right? It's a useless spot. So I'd rather build Sun Wukong with enough HP, with enough defense, at least, not defense, but at least enough HP to survive those main hits. And then we have a chance, at least at that point, right? So we got to start there and then build from there, right? So here you go, mages, boom, boom. All mages are fucking me up. So that's an easy win. If I can't get my Sun Wukong to survive, then this is a losing team no matter what. Why would I keep it around, right? So I do just want to see, we did win this one, I guess. But Van Helsing, he has been handling like air units pretty well. I think he's a good Hatset replacement. You could probably use him and Hatset to handle all air units together. And you could actually line them up where Van Helsing and Carnelian is and put Hatset or Van Helsing back, have like a Piercer comp or a Nightmare comp. That would be your AoE pretty much taken care of, but then you wouldn't have too much crowd control and single target damage, really, right? That's what the Grotesque Fiends are going to come in. If you don't have enough single target damage, you're going to get messed up by the Grotesque Fiends. So he swarmed us. Sun Wukong wasn't there. God dang it. Good job, you got past this. So Carnelian in that spot that I have her behind Van Helsing, we might move her down, right? And put her behind Ymir also. That way the orb gets up on Sun Wukong a little faster. That could be an issue too, right? So we'll test that around and we'll try to figure out my Nightmare comp today. So stay tuned, y'all. Let's see what we do. Let's see how we do it. I have already went in. I have geared up my unit. So we're going to just update the gear. Everything changed. So right now we're at 529 for my Nightmare team. So we'll go in and see what that actually looks like with my new gear. I also have the key on them. So right up top, we're at 535 right now. Boom. That's a pretty big difference, right? I actually went through and updated my gear this time. I've been lazy, man. Or not lazy, I've just been busy. I've just been busy elsewhere, trying to organize my thoughts, get down to the root of my own issues. To evolve, to elevate myself. But anyways, so Sun Wukong, as I was saying, I put the key on him right now because if he's just dying, there's no point in having him. We have 60k HP. I might try to find some more substats depending on my gear when I go do that round of going through the forge and updating everything. We have Ymir. We updated his gear too. He was at like 25k HP, but now he's at 38. Hopefully that helps a little bit. He does go into the egg, so he will at least survive that hit. Van Helsing, we have him in the Iron Chalice in case anybody wants to throw some rocks at us, right? So we're ready, we're prepared. And Soulbound Arcana just for that extra boost and attack. So we're good to go. Let's test it out. Let's see what we do. We're going to head over here into the Guild Wars Sandbox, baby. Test your defenses, man. Right? Test them out before you throw them out. Now that we are all set up and geared up, we can actually test our defenses for this season. I'm not going to be doing too many Guild War attack videos, but I might come in here and do like team updates, right? That's something that I can handle for right now. So, like I was saying, in this team, I have Carnelian down under Ymir, so that way the orb will get on Sun Wukong a little faster, right? But we're going to be testing out the 3 main attacking offenses, like the Grotesque Fiend strategies. We have Swarms, Flyers, and then I'll also do the Mages and stuff at the end just to make sure everything else can be handled by this team composition. We got the Mage. We sent him out first. Grotesque Fiend's behind. Sun Wukong hit the Mage and left the Grotesque Fiend alone. Then we had the Abyssal Beholders and then the Ants right after. Power up our Grotesque Fiend. Let's see. We'll throw some more Ants in here. We'll see if we can kill Toreador, right? That's basically what we have to try to do. Let's see. Mages. Grotesque Fiend's about to go down. Yep. Alright, so we'll just build up our mana and then we'll get that going again. Alright. So Toreador's life, we took off one of his lives, I believe. So we got the Abyssal Beholders and then right into the Grotesque Fiends. And then when we get this back up, we'll throw in the dogs, right? That way we can get a little bit more survivability on the Grotesque Fiend and a little bit more damage going on Toreador. Boom, we got Toreador out of the way. So in general, this team fails, but I am able to get Toreador down. I know that, and if I can do it in the first time, then we also have an issue, right? We'll go ahead, we'll test in the healer, the dog, boom, boom. Good to go, nothing happened. All right, awesome. So we'll try it again, and we're gonna bring in the axes to see if we can kill Toreador a little earlier, or we can kill him better, right? And then we'll send in the axes, see if we can kill Sun Wukong and kill Ymir, and then the dogs will be there if we can run past, right? So now we're gonna actually try to kill the team completely because we got through, we killed Toreador. All right, let's go again, testing it out. So I'm doing the testing so you don't have to. You can think about it like that. If you're watching this, if you want to use a Nightmare comp, then we can see at least if it works against various team comps. I do have high BP. I'm no slouch, y'all. So if it works for me, it might work for y'all. Get a couple wins, right? Abyssal Beholders into the Grotesque Fiend, because now we're really trying to kill Toreador in the first round if we can. But I don't know if we're going to be able to. All right. We'll save the Ants because we'll just set it all back up again, right? So we'll make sure Toreador, does he actually go down first time? We took a life, Carnelian's life, boom, Toreador's down. All right, so Toreador's good because he has to go down like 3 times, basically, right? With Carnelian or an extra life giver or an extra life saving throw. So there we go. We got Abyssal Beholders coming in. Grotesque Fiends with the Ants is winning first. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see what happens. We got him down. We're going to send in the dogs, one set of dogs, just in case. All right, Toreador's down. We got him. All right, so you can do it. Now, I'm using the axes just to see if they can run through Sun Wukong and Ymir. I wonder if I should have just bought Maul. I wonder if Maul just could have done it too. Oh well, we'll see. We'll go double axes. One axe is going to get taken out. Van Helsing's alt's coming up. But that's to be expected, right? You have to play within the confound of the rules, and then you can kind of get like creative from there. All right, if we can, dogs. Let's see, can we get anything by? All right, well, it looks good for Grotesque Fiends. I might have to look at some more gear depending when I do my level up, I guess we'll call it, like once a month or 2 months or whatever. I'll go through the foundry, I'll update all my gear, see what I have, and get my new gear ready. We're going to go in, we're going to test out rocks now with the flying situation. See how this Nightmare team can hold up to it. This is really testing Van Helsing for the most part. See if he can handle the flyers. We like to start off with the rare tanks. We'll send them here just to bait out everybody's alts, and then we'll send in the second round afterwards. Any tank would probably do, but I like to use the rare ones just because there's 2 of them, right? And it doesn't matter if they die or not because we're just testing flying situations and rocks for the most part. So we got the healer, we got 2 more tanks in. This way it takes up 2 blocks, possibly 3 if the healer gets close enough, and then we can send in our Garnet Guards, our rocks. Coming in, they hit Sun Wukong, they hit Toreador, hit the clones, and they're coming down. Now we're going to see if they can take out Van Helsing, right? So the thing about Carnelian, right? There's no like damage reduction or anything. Like Elleris, she has that built into her kit, so that's why we might be swapping out Carnelian in this team just for that damage reduction effect. So we sent out the Harpies just to lower everybody's attacks, to get that attack down on everybody. See how long it lasts. Doesn't matter. All right, cool. So Rock's test is complete with Carnelian, right? We have that extra life, but it did take the orb off of Van Helsing. So now we'll go in and we're going to test the flying situation. We'll go in, we'll bait everybody's alts, then we'll send in the Harpies, send in double Legos, or at least a Lego flyer, and see if Van Helsing and Ymir is enough to take them out, right? Because if the Lego flyers can get by this team, then that means that Carnelian is going to go down, our healer. Probably means Van Helsing and Ymir is probably going to go down if Lego flyers can get by. So same situation right here. We go ahead, we bait everybody's alts. We'll send the healers out. That way they might heal the flyers if they last long enough, right? Which they do. Healers do heal your flying demon soldiers. So we'll go ahead. We'll God dang it, I should have sent the Harpies in. But I don't think the Harpies last that long, right? So that's the issue. So we'll send in double Legos. We'll just see if Van Helsing can do it. We do have the healer up. We'll send in another healer. We are getting healed. There you go. Van Helsing and Ymir's alts are down also. So if they can take out the Lego flyers, good to go. Just like that, baby. So that's pretty good. The Harpies might be able to help with this situation, but I don't think so. Like if you sent in the Harpies first, just because by the time the Lego flyers get synced up and come through, the Harpies effect is already going to be off, right? It doesn't really last that long. So now we're sending both the Harpies, and then we'll just start sending in all the flyers at once to see if Van Helsing and Ymir can stop them. Because Sun Wukong can't do nothing, Torador can't hit, so it's really all up to them, right? Alright, looks good. Even if we sent in the last one, it wouldn't have mattered. So, that's the thing about like your mana. You have to have mana conservation. Your cost, right? There's only so much you can do in a limited amount of time. So you got to plan for that for your GVG attacks too, which is also why testing your plats are extremely important. So that way you know how much time it actually costs to send the next round of Demon Soldiers, right? You can plan for that when you're making your team comps. Alright, so now we're going to do the swarms. We're going to get in here, see if our Nightmare team can stop swarms. It's set up pretty well, right? Because Van Helsing, he has AoE, Ymir, AoE plus crowd control. I've also been thinking, if I place Ymir to the right? Well, I don't have that extended range, so I guess it doesn't matter. Not for me. He wouldn't be able to hit over there like where the shielder is. So I guess that doesn't matter. So Ymir facing up is probably the best bet. Unless I move my whole team back down, right? Anyway, so we have the physical tanks coming in. We send in the first one. We send in the shielder. So the shielder's going to be up there protecting them. Then we'll get our swarms ready. Double Necros. Let's get it popping, baby. Use some black magic right here. All right. Oh, that painter dude, man. He might be on the horizon. Christmas is coming. And that's what I've been waiting for. That's what I've been saving for. So Nezra's on banners this weekend. I know. Nezra's amazing. I love Nezra. But man, I want to save up for that painter dude, and Christmas is coming. Alright, so Necros are up there. We got the healer out doing their job. When we get to 10, we're dropping these dogs, baby. Bop, bop. Drop another one. And we'll see if we get stopped. Stop. Ymir's going off. Van Helsing ults down. But hey, looks good to me. So, swarms. We are successful in them swarms, baby. Alright, so now let's get in here and test these mages. Let's see if we can figure out something. How to stop this shit from happening. Alright, let's see what's going on. Highly affiliated mages, let's do it, baby. Let's see what we can do. If we can get the mage situation down, I think we'll be okay. It's going to be one hell of a team to get by, man. BP check time. Alright, so we'll go ahead. We'll throw the mages down. We do have Carnelian moved to the down position, right? So, do we get an orb up in time? Alright. It happened. Dang, like right there, right at the tip of the top. Alright, Sun Wukong surviving. That key's coming in handy, I guess. We'll throw down one of the rocks to put a little extra damage on Sun Wukong just to make sure he can survive. Now, well, Sun Wukong survived, right? I guess that's good. Do I have to? We gotta do a little bit more thoroughly, though, right? Gotta do a little more thoroughly. Alright, so let's start it back up one more time. Let's go to the original spawn point right here. 3 tiles up. Boom. Before an orb gets on, anything. Yep. So if you spawn mages right at the top, you got them. Carnelian's not able to get that orb up in time. And it's less time for the key to actually like buff up more HP. So yeah, dang. So we gotta do something with Sun Wukong or Carnelian, honestly. Because now we can just either take out. We'll test it. We'll see if Van Helsing can survive the rocks, and then we'll see if we can just swarm. Because now we're open to swarms, and that's what the other guy did to me at the end. Even though sometimes it is unsuccessful, because Van Helsing can do a lot of damage to swarms, right? So does Ymir. So once we get to 10, look, Carnelian, the orb went off, but Van Helsing has the Iron Chalice, so he'll get healed back up. Got another orb on, good to go. So I'm not going to test the swarms, just because I'm pretty sure we can get by with a swarm, and if it's prepped, better, because we just wouldn't bring rocks, right? And then we could like just swarm through once we killed Sun Wukong. So what to do, baby? What to do? Elysius might be your time to shine. I might have to go ahead and upgrade her. Got that. Alright. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do it. Take out Carnelian. We got her. We're gonna upgrade her. Well, she's already upgraded, so don't worry. The BP is roughly the same, right? So we'll throw down Elysius here. She does have damage reduction in her kit, so that's actually going to help survive rocks for Van Helsing and mages for Sun Wukong for the most part, right? And she actually heals a lot better than Carnelian. Carnelian's great for that extra life, but you want to pair her with somebody that can do healing also, in my opinion, because Carnelian just doesn't heal anyone. Not much, not fast at least, right? So Elysius, at least she can heal, and she has that life-saving throw with damage reduction. So now let's see what these mages can do, baby. Let's see. Woo! So we'll start them right up at the top. 3 tiles up. Elysius, damage reduction. Let's see. Boom. Ooh, that's nice. He's just a little under half HP, and Elysius healing him up. Ymir, he's always just gonna be in the egg. I'm not gonna try to build him with enough HP. He needs to have kind of high attack. So that's just something we're gonna have to do, right? Or deal with. We put in rocks just to see if that little extra damage could take out Sun Wukong. It does not, baby. So we look like we found it. Just put Elysius in. Elysius is the best GVG healer, in my opinion. I don't know about A5 Carnelian. She might be kind of nasty, right? But Elysius base copy, A0 Elysius, which is what I have, or Aerolus, however you want to say her name, right? So we'll test it again. Boom. Mages. Sun Wukong's doing it, baby. Sun Wukong's doing it. Yes. I think we have found our solution, and that's replace Carnelian. So I'll probably throw Carnelian on my other team. I currently have Lily in there on my Ingrid team with Cyrus and Valara, right? Alright, baby. We'll send in rocks one more time just to see. I'd like to always double check, right? Double check, man. Oh, well, we also are using Elleris now, so we'll see if she can kill, or she can keep Van Helsing alive. Boom! Yes, we did it! Damage reduction. HP, it went down a little past half. We'll try it again one more time. I like to be thorough. I will not lose to mages and garnet gods. Not this season, god dang it. You can witness this. Attack me if you want, baby. Attack me if you want. One more time with rocks as the main priority. We don't really need the mages anymore, because I just want to make sure Elleris can actually protect Van Helsing, right? I think mages are set up well, or Sun Wukong's set up well enough to handle most mages. At least they have to be stronger than the mages that I have, right, to kill my Sun Wukong, because I'm not doing it. Alright, let's go, rocks. So we brought in the physical tanks, baby, and we brought in the small tanks. That way we can take up Torador's block and get our rocks in there to directly attack Van Helsing. We like to start with the shielders. I've always been doing this strategy. Just send the shielders out first, and then we put the tank down to stall the shielder, right? Let's see. Should we just go with the rare tanks next? Or maybe another physical tank? Because you actually want to go ahead and try to beat this team, or at least really kill Van Helsing. That's what we're going for. So we have the rare tanks, and then we'll send in the Garnet Guards. The physical tank, the main tank, he's still going, so most of the blocks should be taken up. We'll go ahead, we'll send in 2 more rare tanks just to swarm this up a bit, right? Boom, let's see what Van Helsing does. What does he look like? There's a 1 attack, boom. All right, he's looking good. He's still up and running. He's still up and running. That's all we need. All right, Van Helsing. He gets a pass. We all got a pass. Nightmare team is complete. I didn't do bombs. I didn't do any bombs testing. And, hey, Elris, you got AoE reduction. I don't know about AoE reduction, but she has damage reduction at least. So we'll just take it at face value. If somebody bombs me, then I'll have to go back into the lab. Alright, so we are set up. Nightmare team is successful. We have Elris to replace our Carnelian, our A0 Elris and A0 Carnelian. This is in the fray now. This is the new Nightmare team. It has successfully withstood my testing. So let's see what it does in the seasons to come. Well, this season to come, right? I'll take this time to thank anybody who's still watching. I appreciate you guys. Shout out to Impax and Prometheus for the music. Omnikai out.